ceremony. Carrying the Salmon Banner, offering the Masters in Public Health and the Masters in School Health from the Department of Community Medicine. Public health professionals assure that communities have access to appropriate, effective health care and that individuals know how to promote their own health. Through study which advances the best health policies, carrying a Green Banner, offering the Bachelor of Science, Master's, and Doctoral degree in Exercise Physiology. Exercise physiologists merge the science of human body function with the science of exercise to help individuals stay active for a lifetime. An exercise physiologist may be engaged in new research or applying this research in ways that help someone train for the Olympics, recover from a heart attack, or conquer the restrictions of diabetes. For exercise physiologists, it is all about preventing disease, overcoming disease limitations, and helping individuals achieve a healthier life. Carrying a Green Banner, offering the Bachelor of Science degree in Medical Laboratory Science from the Department of Pathology. Medical laboratory scientists function at the center of today's hospitals and research facilities, offering areas of emphasis in clinical laboratory science and histotechnology. Medical laboratory scientists are part of a dynamic, continually changing profession that assists in the diagnosis of disease as well as the discovery of disease prevention and cures. Carrying a teal-blue banner, offering the doctoral degree in physical therapy from the Department of Human Performance. Physical therapists use a hands-on approach to help individuals conquer pain, disease, or disability through the analysis and treatment of movement problems. Physical therapists apply scientific principles of movement and healing to help people of all ages and levels of fitness maintain, improve, and restore mobility and function. Physical therapists work with people to help them obtain or rediscover moments they dream. The ceremonial mace, carried by a West Virginia University School of Medicine Grand Marshal, is West Virginia University's symbol of authority. Following the mace is the presiding officer of today's ceremony, Chancellor for Health Sciences, Dr. Christopher C. Kolenda.
If you remain standing for the singing of the national anthem. Please be seated. Good morning again. My name is Mary Beth Mandich, and I'm the Associate Dean for Professional Programs in the School of Medicine. I want to welcome you to today's ceremonies, and to the families joining us for this great occasion, thank you on behalf of these graduates for your support, for always being there for them. We understand that home is not only a place, but a place in the heart. So the students, even though they left home to come to West Virginia University, knew they could never get lost because of you. To the students, thank you for choosing West Virginia University. I hope you, as you look back on your years here, it will be with fondness and appreciation for what you gained, no matter where you go from here or how you use your education. I want to give just a few comments about professional programs. We are a comprehensive health sciences center here at West Virginia University with schools of pharmacy, dentistry, nursing, and medicine. However, the medical school is unique in that it houses not only the disciplines of medicine and basic science, but also a host of other disciplines known as professional programs. These comprise 8 degree programs and 2 certificate programs housed in 6 departments, and the academic disciplines span from public health through many different allied health areas. We have, as you can appreciate from the size of our audience today, over 1,100 students in professional programs, which makes us one of the largest components here in the Health Sciences Center, and it also makes us unique among West Virginia colleges and universities. I would now like to introduce the stage party. As I say your name, please stand and remain standing until the faculty of your program have been introduced. Faculty, please stand when I recognize you, and you can hold your applause until all introductions are complete. From the Department of Community Medicine, we have 2 educational programs. The chairperson of that department is Dr. Alan Ducketman. Dr. Ducketman leads that department with a clear vision of public health, and he is assisted by the associate chairperson for education programs, Dr. Ian Rocket. Together with their dedicated faculty, they work to fulfill a mission of education, research, and service in public health, including prevention. And with the faculty from the Department of Community Medicine, please stand and be recognized. From the Division of Exercise Physiology and the Department of Human Performance, the chairperson of that division is Dr. Steve Alway. Dr. Alway leads a complex program that works very hard to create a vision that shows a balance between its large education mission as well as excellence in research and clinical service. If the exercise physiology faculty would also please stand. The Division of Medical Laboratory Science is located within the Department of Pathology. It's the oldest of the non-MD training programs in the School of Medicine, celebrating its 64th anniversary graduation this year. This is a very vibrant program that recently realigned its degree offerings to address national health workforce needs. It now offers two areas of emphasis, one in clinical laboratory science, formerly known as medical technology, as well as histotechnology, which began this year. The department also offers a master's degree for the pathologist assistant, awarded in December. Dr. Martha Lake is the Vice Chair for Education Programs and Director of the Clinical Lab Science Program, and with the faculty of the Medical Laboratory Science Program. Please stand. The Division of Occupational Therapy, located within the Department of Human Performance, represents a profession dedicated to restoring and promoting function across all occupations of life, from basic activities of daily living, including work, leisure, and community adaptation. In the summer of 1999, this program graduated the first occupational therapists educated in West Virginia. At the time the program was developed, there were less than 50 OTs in the state. Now there are close to 400 practicing occupational therapists in the state of West Virginia. Dr. McCombie is the chairperson of the occupational therapy program, and would those faculty please rise. It is my privilege to also serve as chairperson of the Division of Physical Therapy, but I am ably assisted in that endeavor by the assistant chairperson, Professor John Petronas. The Division of Physical Therapy in the Department of Human Performance addresses health needs of the state with its extreme dedication to rural health education and placing physical therapists in communities of need. This is particularly important given the demographics and aging of the population in West Virginia. Would the physical therapy faculty please stand? In addition, on the stage party are representatives of school and university administration, some of whom I will introduce shortly. But before I begin with that, let me introduce a few of those individuals who are here. Steve Robinson, University Registrar. He's a very important person to you graduates because he's the one who said we could give you these diplomas today. So give him a hand. We have two university marshals with us today who represent the official officers of the university, Dr. Drew Shimke and Dr. Robert Gerbo. And now I would like to introduce our Chancellor for Health Sciences, Dr. Chris Calenda. Dr. Calenda assumed the newly named and reorganized role as Chancellor of Health Sciences in November of 2009. He joined us here at West Virginia from Texas A&M Health Sciences Center, where he served as the Thomas McMillan Dean of the College of Medicine, as well as Vice President for Clinical Affairs. He has also held previous appointments at Michigan State, Wake Forest University, and the Medical College of Virginia. Dr. Calenda attended the U.S. Military Academy at West Point, Wittenberg University, and received his MD degree from the Medical College of Virginia Commonwealth University. Of particular interest to our graduates today, he also holds the Master's of Public Health degree in Health Services Administration from Johns Hopkins University. His medical specialization is in the field of psychiatry. Bringing us greetings this morning from West Virginia University, Dr. Christopher Calenda.
I always say it's a good day to be a mountaineer, but today's a great day to be a mountaineer, eh? I want to add my voice to Dr. Mandage's and Dr. Ross's comments, and also to congratulate each of you, the graduates of the class of 2011. It's my privilege to participate in commencement ceremonies at the Health Science Center, and I want you all to know, and particularly in the audience, that the Health Science Center's vision is to transform lives and eliminate health disparities. Parents, families, and friends, these young professionals before you are at the tip of the spear for that vision, and they will become the leaders of our healthcare transformation in the 21st century. Healthcare today is ever more a team sport. Your professional roles are ever more important as we deliver cost-effective, patient-centered care. You will be asked to assume leadership at your institutions, and you may have the opportunities to impact health policy, make contributions to the discovery of new knowledge, and to inform decision-making at all levels of the healthcare environment. You will ask to be leaders as well, and I challenge you to be leaders in your fields. And when asked to serve, serve. But serve from the perspective of being a servant leader. It's the most rewarding and most valuable position to be when you're asked to lead in a healthcare organization. And last, remember West Virginia University. We are everywhere. From the Middle East to Southeast Asia to Australia to Europe to the United States, we are everywhere. And recognize your alumni and your friends because they will be your colleagues for the rest of your life. Keep your values of being a mountaineer. We're a big family with big hearts. And as I said before, it's a great day to be a mountaineer. Thank you.
I would now like to extend a welcome to Dr. Arthur Ross. Since this is his first attendance at graduation of the professional programs, he hasn't been here as long as you students have been here. He was appointed Dean of the School of Medicine just last August. Dr. Ross is a native of New York and a graduate of Case Western University School of Medicine. He did a residency at Duke University Medical Center and a surgical fellowship at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. He joined the faculty of the University of Pennsylvania School of Medicine for 10 years before leaving for the University of Wisconsin, where he served as the founding Associate Dean for the Western Clinical Campus. And during a distinguished administrative tenure at that institution, he was also awarded a Master's in Business Administration. Dr. Ross was honored by having the distance learning facility named in his honor. In 2004, he left the University of Wisconsin to become Dean of the Chicago Medical School at Rosalind Franklin University. In 2005, he was named Vice President for Medical Affairs. As I said, he joined us in August 2010 to become our Dean at West Virginia University. It's my very great pleasure to introduce Dr. Arthur Ross III, bringing greetings from the WVU School of Medicine.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mandich. Good morning and welcome, everyone. On behalf of the faculty, staff, students, and alumni of the West Virginia University School of Medicine, it's a pleasure to add my welcome to that of our Chancellor. I began my work here as Dean last August. I was honored and thrilled to have been named Dean of this terrific school, and one reason why is the individuals sitting in this room. The faculty, staff, students of the professional programs, and especially its outstanding leader, Dr. Mary Beth Mandich. This large group represents a tremendous opportunity for us at West Virginia University to be at the leading edge nationally in preparing students to work in healthcare careers as part of an interprofessional team. Careers that span the spectrum from the prevention of disease to the restoration of health. No matter what we project the healthcare system of the future will look like, there are a few things we know. First, we must prolong healthy living for as long as possible. That means teaching people how to take care of their health and how to become conscientious healthcare consumers. Our graduates have studied and will contribute to that goal. Second, we know that we will have to be concerned with an aging population because people want to live longer and they want to live independently, doing the things that matter to them. Many of our graduates will contribute to the achievement of that goal. Finally, we know that access to health care is a problem that must be addressed nationally. In West Virginia, we must tackle that problem from the perspective of a rural state located within Appalachia. As part of their education program, many of the students graduating today have participated in unique experiences designed to prepare them for the challenge of this access. We are proud that our educational efforts have been recognized by virtue of the fact that the West Virginia University School of Medicine has been named number 7 in the country in rural health, according to the most recent U.S. News and World Report's rankings. Graduates, go ahead, that's worth it. And it won't be long before it's number 1. Graduates, remember that you're graduating from our state's land-grant university. Our most important reason for being here is to care for West Virginians, to do the things we need to do in order to improve their health and wellness. As the Chancellor said, we are here to transform lives and eliminate disparities. Each and every one of you is now well-skilled and equipped to do so. We're pleased that so many of you have chosen to remain in West Virginia. It helps us to assure that we are keeping our promise to the wonderful citizens of this state. For those of you who are going elsewhere, impress folks with your mountaineer spirit, do good things, then come back. Always keep West Virginia in your hearts and in your minds, and someday soon let those country roads take you home. Finally, congratulations again to family members. This is an accomplishment that occurs because of the support of many people, none more important than parents, spouses, significant others, and all loved ones. Thank you all for allowing West Virginia University to be a part of your family. In closing, I want to reiterate the Chancellor's words. It's a great day to be a mountaineer, and graduates, please work hard, have fun, good luck, and Godspeed. Thank you all very much.
Dominique Dawes is a champion in life. She was part of the bronze medal winning women's Olympic gymnastic team in 1992. She was the first African-American gymnast to ever qualify and compete in the Olympic Games. Awesome Dawson, as she came to be known, is a 3-time Olympian who won more national championship medals than any other athlete and was the most decorated gymnast on the U.S. Women's Olympic team. Just this past year, in 2010, 10 years after the 2000 Olympic Games, the team was awarded a bronze medal for those games due to the disqualification of the Chinese team post hoc. Over the time since her last Olympic Games, Dominique Dawes has not been resting on her laurels. She serves as a positive role model across the nation. Last year, she was appointed co-chair of the President's Council on Fitness, Sports, and Nutrition, and in that capacity, she participated in First Lady Michelle Obama's Let's Move program. In addition, she serves as spokesperson for multiple youth organizations. She inspires young people to recognize their full potential and lead healthy, balanced lives, achieving confidence and self-esteem through athleticism and citizenship. In addition to her talent as a gymnast, I was surprised to hear this, Ms. Dawes has appeared in the hit Broadway musical Grease and has established a career as a sports broadcaster, covering the Olympic Games in Beijing and Vancouver for Yahoo Sports. She has demonstrated a winner's attitude not only in sports, but in life. And it is my very great pleasure to welcome a speaker with so many accomplishments to West Virginia University.
Thank you, Dr. Mandich, for such a great introduction. Dr. Ross, Dr. Kalenda, thank you so much. To the faculty as well. I have never felt so much pressure to make sure that my remarks are really tight. They've been adding so much pressure to me. It's awesome. It's hilarious. But I am truly excited to be here this morning. I want to first say congratulations to the graduates of 2011. I want to commend you all for your work ethic, your commitment, and your courage for making it through. And this is your day to shine, so I will make my remarks short and sweet. I actually have some fond or not so fond memories of my days at WVU. I did not go to West Virginia. I am actually a Maryland Terrapin. You can boo now or boo later. But I remember in the late 90s, which is when I was in college, coming to West Virginia and your football team crushing my Maryland Terps. Not good. Oh, the Maryland. It was a really sad day because my boyfriend played for the Maryland team, and my best friend's boyfriend played for West Virginia. She was a scholarship athlete here. She was a gymnast, and we would always tease one another, and my boyfriend was the one that always limped off the field. So it was never a pretty picture. But I had some fond memories actually coming to West Virginia and cheering on my teammates. A couple of my teammates actually went here and competed for the gymnastics team, and I was able to live vicariously through them because I signed a full scholarship to Stanford University. And for those of you all that know what happened with my career, I decided to forego my education at Stanford and focus on qualifying to 2 more Olympics. And so don't ask me why. I know there's a number of physical therapists in the audience. I do need to talk to you later. You know, I always try to make my commencement speeches memorable. However, no one remembers their commencement speaker. And that's actually a good thing. All I want you to take away is the message that I really want to impart on each and every one of you all this morning. And it has to do with something that hit me when I was 20 years old, once I had retired from an 18-year career in the sport of gymnastics after qualifying and competing in 3 different Olympic Games and realizing that I needed to move on with the rest of my life. And the best way to do that and the most powerful tool to use to do that is your mind. I want you all to know that your most powerful tool is your mind. It's on top of your head, and really your decisions in life start from first a thought. Think about the times in life, either in school, either in your personal lives, where you made a decision, but it first started with a thought. Think about the times where your thoughts took you in a positive direction, where your thoughts made you believe in yourself and built up your confidence, where your thoughts gave you more courage, allowed you to stay more committed, and helped you achieve your goals. Do you guys remember those times where you believed in your mind first and then you started taking action? Well, I can share with you all a number of moments throughout my career of when my mind worked for me. Now, when I was a young person, and those of you all that are interested, how did I get into the world of motivational speaking? Well, when I was a young person, I remember being in class, and we all have those embarrassing experiences, right? Where our peers laugh at us and we're embarrassed, and it's something that we hold with us for the rest of our lives. And when I was in about 3rd grade, I remember speaking up in school, and I raised my hand. I thought I had the correct answer to a question, and being that I'm always telling this to groups, of course I had the right answer to the question. And I said the answer, and for those of you all that have watched the Olympics, all Olympic athletes sound like they sucked helium their careers. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like we're always sounding like we sucked on helium. We're always saying, I'm so happy that I represent my country. I mean, like, that was the kind of voice that I had when I was young, and no, I did not suck on helium. I just was not breathing. Well, I was in elementary school. I answered this question, and my peers had laughed at me. And it was a very tormenting, embarrassing experience for me, and I'm sure a number of you all have gone through that experience as well, maybe not with the sucked on helium voice, but there was something that was embarrassing for you, and it prohibited you from maybe moving forward and doing something later on in life. Well, when I was given the opportunity at 19 years old to speak in front of a crowd and to share my Olympic story, all I was doing was reliving that one experience that I had when I was in 3rd grade, and my mind was telling me that I wasn't going to do it. My mind was telling me that I would not be a good speaker. My mind was telling me that I didn't have a voice worth hearing, that I didn't have a message worth sharing, or that I could not make an impact. But it was also my mind that started believing in myself. It was my mind that told me I do have an opportunity to empower others. I can motivate and I can inspire. And it was from that thought where I was then able to change my attitude about public speaking, and more importantly, I was able to get away from my fears, work through my fears, and now stand behind a podium today with confidence, courage, and a commitment to make a difference. It first started with my thoughts. My thoughts were first damaging, and then I changed them and changed those thoughts and made them powerful, and I made them work for me. Well, throughout my 18-year career in the sport of gymnastics, I'd love to say that there were always positive experiences where my mind always worked for me, where I was always able to face my fears. And if I stood before you all this morning and said that, I would be a liar. There were many times throughout my career where my mind worked against me. Now, how many of you all, and I know you're rather young, how many of you all remember the 1996 Olympic Games? A few of you all. Well, those of you all that don't remember it, go to YouTube, because I'm never going to flip again. That's why I wear these 5.5-inch heels, so that people will never ask me to flip, because it's hard enough for me to walk in these shoes. Well, for those of you all that remember watching the 1996 Olympic Games, you probably think that I'm going to share a story about my gold medal performance with you all. And no, I want to share with you all a story of when I made a mistake where my mind worked against me. During those Olympic Games, I made a mistake in the all-around competition. I was known to be a great tumbler, a great dancer. However, I have absolutely no rhythm whatsoever. I had phenomenal choreographers, and I just loved to smile on the floor exercise. Well, I was going into my best event, which was floor. I was in second place. I remember preparing for that routine, believing that I could do it with 50,000 people in the Georgia Dome, knowing that millions of people were watching. It was a great experience, something that I had planned 13 years of my childhood for. I get to that moment, and I get to my second tumbling pass, which was a round off, whip back, back handspring, 2.5 punch front. If you're not a gymnast, you're clueless, but I just like saying it anyway. Well, the thing is, that tumbling pass was not that tough. It wasn't that difficult. Today, when I coach young athletes, they're 11 years old doing that tumbling pass, and I was 19 struggling to do that tumbling pass, so clearly it wasn't that difficult. Well, I get to that tumbling pass, and I made a mistake, and I fell. I remember finishing that routine, looking over at my coach, who was very much like a mother figure to me, and I felt like I had disappointed her. I did finish the competition on vault. I ended up in 19th place, not that it matters, but I did get a certificate for it. It's in my storage room of my pet sitter storage room. I don't care for accolades, especially 19th place. Well, I finished the competition, and I remember once my career was over, I wanted to know what went wrong. You know, maybe the floor wasn't springy enough. You know how we always like to point the finger if we make a mistake in life? We like to look around at us. Maybe it was the tumbling mat. Maybe the lights were too bright in the Georgia Dome. Heaven forbid, the fans were just way too loud. All 50,000 of you all were just way too loud. I wanted to look outside and point the finger. But once my career was over, I realized that I could only point the finger at myself, and it started up here in my mind. I went back in my mind to the days in practice when I was preparing for those Olympic Games, and I remember when my coach would give me 10 or 15 or 20 repetitions of that particular tumbling pass, and I remember telling myself, I don't really want to do it. I don't need to do 10 or 15. This is too hard. And I would even count the efforts that were only 70 or 80%. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Where you kind of allow yourself to just slide, just show up, go through the motions, not give it your all. Well, the thing is, it started with my mind. I want to share that story with you all today because I want you to realize if your mind talks you out of something, more than likely you're not going to accomplish your full potential. If your mind is satisfied with 70 or 80% effort, more than likely in life, you will achieve 70 or 80% outcome. It all starts from up here. I share that Olympic story with you all today because it was the best lesson that I learned throughout my athletic career. It might not have been good to fall in front of 50,000 people in the Georgia Dome with millions of people watching and hundreds of fans still coming up to me today to share with me that story and how it made them cry. Then it makes me cry at 34. But the thing is, I realize now that it started with the most powerful tool that we all entail, and that is our mind. Young people, graduates, I want you to go into the rest of this world today realizing how powerful your mind is. When you are confronting a situation, a challenge, a fear, a setback, an individual that you've maybe had some negative experiences with, first take some time and think about what's going on in your mind, because your mind will make or break you. Now, this is something that I do each and every morning before I put my feet on the ground. I sit up in bed and I think about what I'm thinking about. Because, you know, you hear those people that, you know, they go into life and they say, oh, I got out of the bed on the wrong side. It was just their mind. So I want you all to wake up each and every morning, think about what's going on in your mind, because that's going to determine your days, the attitude that you have for that day. It's going to determine your attitude that week, possibly that month, or even the attitude that you have for the rest of your life. I want to conclude with this. When you all go off into your workforce and the careers that you choose to pursue, I want you to realize that you are going to leave footprints behind. And the footprints that you leave behind have to do what's going on in your head. And I hate to always hammer that in with the mind and your thoughts and all of that affecting things, but the legacy you leave really starts from the thoughts that are going on in your head. Remember, your thoughts affect your attitudes affect your emotions affect the words that come out of your mouth, and the words that come out of your mouth become the person that you are and you will be in this world. Make sure your thoughts, what's going on in your mind, is who you want to be, so that it's a legacy, and it's a legacy worth following. I want to thank you all for having me here this morning, and again, congratulations to all the graduates of 2011, and hopefully I was able to keep these remarks short, impactful, and sweet. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Kelsey Pierce, a 2011 graduate in vocal performance, will now sing My Home Among the Hills. This piece was composed in 1963 for the West Virginia Centennial by Clarksburg native E.W. James, Jr., and it has become an unofficial anthem of the state of West Virginia. Now is the time that you've all been waiting for. I would like to invite the marshals to assume their posts and our community medicine graduates to stand and make their way to the stage. For stage party, please assume your positions. And families, I'd like to remind you we have just a couple seats here in the front that you can come up for photographs right as your graduate approaches the stage.
I am pleased to present the West Virginia University School of Medicine Professional Programs graduating class of 2011. Graduates in Community Medicine and Public Health. Receiving the degree Masters of Public Health, Community Medicine Marshal, Adam Joseph Martin. Sana Almashat. Mosami Banikia Leesburg. Tony Ann Carrier. Renee Kathleen Clark. Laura Michelle Clark. Laura Catherine Cooper. Lisa Marie Costello. Lisa received her Doctor of Medicine degree yesterday. Jenna Page Dangerfield. Elizabeth Rose Early. Nahid Haydar. Tia Lubeth Hovatter. Liza Rose Mariani. Andrea Elizabeth McGinley. Megan Darlene Milan. Sonal Parmar. Jean Ann Ririck. Sarah Tarabishi. An Phan Tran. Rachel Ann Watson. Receiving the degree Master of Science in School Health, Benjamin Ray Bowling. Andrea Lynn Smith.
Show me where we are. Okay. Okay. Receiving the degree Bachelor of Science in Exercise Physiology, Jessica K. Criswell. Graduating summa cum laude in Exercise Physiology, Head Marshal. Graduating summa cum laude, Exercise Physiology Marshal, Kate Harrison. Graduating summa cum laude, Exercise Physiology Marshal, Elizabeth Ann Rapella. Graduating cum laude, Exercise Physiology Marshal, Caitlin Maria Sell. Nathaniel Joseph Angeline. Graduating summa cum laude, Danielle Alice Black. Graduating cum laude, we got a place lost here, Blackwell. Jeremy Andrew Blackwell. Amy Boatman. Boatman. Cum laude, Amy Sue Boatman. Graduating magna cum laude, Eric Zane Bauer. Brittany Brooks. Graduating cum laude, Madeline Ruth Brumfield. Graduating magna cum laude, Bethany Ann Kane. Tyler James Campbell. Amanda Marie Katzner. Graduating summa cum laude, an outstanding aquatic therapy student, Holly Renee Casto. Tyler Shane Chiplinski. Casey Louise Colvin. Clinton Tyler Cosner. Jennifer E. Crosley. Whitney Marie Cumberledge. Sarah Lindsay Davis. Veronica Lorraine Damari. Okay. Graduating cum laude, Jared Anthony DiProspero. Graduating cum laude, Michael Joseph Doonan. John Aloy Dorchinez. Graduating magna cum laude, Brianna Dowler. Elizabeth M. Duncan. Brandy Eskew. Graduating summa cum laude, Jessica Leanne Ewers. Graduating magna cum laude, Thomas Grayson Farah II. Graduating magna cum laude, Trista Tamray Flynn. Graduating cum laude, Lucas R. Geary. Graduating magna cum laude, Natalie Ruth Gordon. Graduating magna cum laude, Michael William Graham. Amanda Dawn Grief. Christopher Elkton Hall. Heather Lee Hazuka. Elisa Diane Horde. Graduating magna cum laude, Laura Elizabeth Hummel. Graduating magna cum laude, Casey Rochelle Ice. Graduating magna cum laude, Lance Jordan Kimball. Graduating magna cum laude, Laura Rebecca Neese. Graduating cum laude, David Stephen Kovac. Graduating cum laude, Jason Todd Lampka. That was a mistake. Okay. Graduating summa cum laude, outstanding undergraduate senior, Jessica Marie Lloyd. Charles Douglas Lloyd. Graduating magna cum laude, Jason Isaac Malcolm. Graduating cum laude, Elizabeth Lauren Marshall. John Quinn Martino. Faye Meaden. Morgan Eileen Meeks. Brendan Daniel Meisinger. Graduating cum laude, Stephen Michael Mitchell. This one? Neckelman. Megan Marie Neckelman. Courtney Renee Newkirk. Michael Francis Noonan. Kristen Nicole Norris. Graduating cum laude, Olivia Nadine Novotny. Graduating cum laude, Krista Marie Odell. Graduating cum laude, Morgan Scott Perry. Okay. Alyssa Petrotsik. How am I doing so far on that one? Petrosic. Sorry about that. Kenzie Phillips. Okay. Matthew Joseph Priestess. Okay. Timothy Daniel Presbys. Graduating magna cum laude, Ryan Christopher Quinn. Graduating summa cum laude, Autumn Marie Rancourt. Joshua Samuel Raymond. Graduating cum laude, Marcus Jordan Reynolds. Helen Rochelle Riffle. Lindsay Sams. Sheena Louise Sayers. Graduating cum laude, Laura Scarton. Graduating cum laude, Danielle Nichelle Shell. All right. Justine Sanise. Graduating magna cum laude, Melissa Ann Schallenberger. Let me read his the way he wrote it on the card. Brad Awesome Showman. Okay. Graduating cum laude, Lauren Ashley Smeltz. Andrew Michael Smith. Graduating magna cum laude, Nicholas Jordan Smith. Graduating cum laude, Aaron Michael Snowberger. Graduating summa cum laude, Emily Rebecca Squires. Graduating summa cum laude, Jason Clark Statler. Kelly Elizabeth Stubna. Cassandra Taylor. Cassandra Lynn Tanner. Graduating cum laude, Wesley Matthew Taylor. Graduating cum laude, Lauren Elizabeth Thomas. Melissa Jean Troik. Brittany Ann Vance. Graduating cum laude, Caitlin Sabo Villianco. Brittany Lynn Watts. Brittany Nicole West. Graduating cum laude, Derek James Wetch. Graduating magna cum laude, Sean Michael Whitaker. Ryan James Woods. Bradley Lewis Wright. They're backed up there. Ready? Receiving the Master's of Science degree in Exercise Physiology, Jennifer Ashley DeVitas. Jessica Marie Holt. Matthew Scott Johnson. John David Mosinski. Sarah Nicole Pauley. Jamie Michelle Reeser. Salah Sharif. Outstanding Masters of Science Clinical Track student, Randall Allen Vueslick. Receiving the degree Doctor of Philosophy and Exercise Physiology, Phoebe G. Stapleton. Yan Wang. Receiving the degree Bachelor's of Science in Medical Laboratory Science, emphasis in clinical laboratory science, Medical Laboratory Science Marshall, graduating summa cum laude, Erin Brianne Pennington. Graduating cum laude, Ibrahim Aliadra Desiree Inez Bell. Graduating magna cum laude, Ashley Elizabeth Brothers. Graduating magna cum laude, Bonnie Jean Burrich. Michelle Dealin Dermer. Make that Dermer. Graduating cum laude, Graham Trent Endler. Graduating magna cum laude, Robert James Eschbacher. Samuel James Fairchild. Graduating cum laude, Juliette Nicole Filter. Erica Lindsay Gills. Graduating cum laude, Caitlin Marie Happy. Graduating magna cum laude, Samantha Brooke Hardy. Larissa Lindsay Harris. Rachel Ann Harris. Graduating magna cum laude and recipient of the Achievement Award, Dennis Reed Helmick III. Okay. Graduating cum laude, Charles William Hill II. The other one wrong, okay. David Allen Hoke. Corey Matthew Leonard. Graduating summa cum laude, Sarah Kimball Litton. Okay, all right. Marilyn Martinez, magna cum laude. Okay. Lindsay Miller Prout. Brandon Lee Sammons. Carrie Rose Shannon. William Lee Sloan. Okay, all right. Samuel Curtis Sponigal. Jordan Marie Vincent. Lawrence Charles Woods. Okay. Ready? Receiving the degree of Masters of Occupational Therapy. Occupational Therapy Marshal, President of the Class of 2001, that's why her card's typed, and recipient of the OT Mountaineer Award, Brooke Darlene Oldecker. Brooke runs a tight ship. She made them all type them. All right. John Tyler Adkins. Jacob Stewart Anderson. Recipient of the Community Outreach Award, Catherine Elizabeth Earhart. Alexis Nicole Bianco. Jeffrey David Bunting. Allison R. DeMoss. Crystal Lee Dixon. Victoria Ann Dolan. Elaine Sue Eby. Recipient of the Mary Hager Award, Alyssa Ann Evans. Recipient of the Academic Achievement Award, Nancy Lauren Jenkins. Heather Ashley Keffer. Lindsay Marie Kaleni. Andrea Blair Kuntz. Amanda B. Kotarski. Megan Christian Kolchuk. Jennifer Ann Laurie. Julie Ann Mimo. Mindy Jo Miller. Kelly Ann Rusnock. Brian David Scaife. Brian is the recipient of the Elizabeth Devereaux Award and the Academic Achievement Award. Okay. Karen K. Shambaugh. Amber D. Simmons. Recipient of the Academic Achievement Award, Paula May Sisler. Okay. Shelby Roxanne Stokes. Recipient of the Occupational Therapy Mountaineer Award, Jenny S. Storks. Megan Beth Tennant. Sarah Dawn Thomas. Susan Ray West. Alexandra Faith Wilcox. Ashley Danielle Wyatt. Okay. Jennifer Lacey Zotter. Okay. Okay. That's what I thought. Receiving the degree of Doctor of Physical Therapy, Physical Therapy Marshal and President of the Class of 2011, Morgan Brittany Kennedy. Recipient of the Research Award, Caitlin Barr. Calvin Ralph Bensonhaver. Jared William Bloom. Melissa Ann Berkovich. Nathaniel David Chapman. Jessica Brooke Garcia. Candace Lee Harshbarger. Haynes. Haynes, okay. Haynes. Recipient of the Outstanding Clinician Award, David Allen Haynes, Jr. Recipient of the Basic Science Award, Noelle Lee Eisbinger. Sarah Elizabeth Johnson. Patrick Merrill Kennedy. Recipient of the Research Award, Rachel Marie Kalanko. Recipient of the Clinical Pathways Award, Amy Michelle Lancaster. Amy Nicole Lilly. Travis L. McClintock. Recipient of the Research Award, Sarah Reeves Moeller. Amy Joy Moore. George Rusty Nelson. Recipient of the Basic Science Award, Joshua L. Petershon. Recipient of the Basic Science Award, Ashley Nicole Pyatt. Heather Marie Rinkovich. Lisa Marie Rocky. Stephen John Sapoznik II. Ashley Rochelle Small. Bethany Marie Stemple. Megan Lynette Thomas. Is that it? That's it. And last, we got one more. Where'd you come in from? Somebody snuck in here. Okay. Francis Spinoza Tracewell. And last but not least, recipient of the Research Award, Ashley Brooke Wade. I don't see anything else. Okay. Okay.
Graduates of the class of 2011 Professional Programs School of Medicine, would you please rise? Dr. Calenda, I present to you for conferral of degrees the graduates of the professional programs in the School of Medicine.
Candidates, your fields are critically important to the health and well-being of humans. As West Virginia University graduates, always aspire to put your education to work exploring our world's greatest problems. Continue to cultivate your global awareness and aim to create a more peaceful and just world. Constantly refine your abilities to uncover facts, analyze problems, and communicate clearly. Dream big dreams. So, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the West Virginia University Board of Governors, I hereupon confer upon you the degrees for which you have been recommended, with all rights, honors, and privileges appertaining thereof. As West Virginia University's newest graduates, bachelors may move your tassels to the left side of your cap as a symbol of your achievement. Congratulations, class of 2011. You are graduates of West Virginia University. Thank you.
Okay, you may be seated. As the newest alumni of West Virginia University, it is my pleasure to welcome Linda Nine, Health Sciences Vice President for Alumni Affairs.
Your last speech. Congratulations. It's my honor to speak to you today on behalf of all the graduates of West Virginia University, the Health Sciences Center, and in particular the School of Medicine and the professional programs. Today you graduate not just from this Health Sciences Center, but from a great university, and your name will forever be linked to West Virginia University. But I must admonish you that what takes place here, or what has taken place in your life here, must never stay here. I encourage you to put your education to work, to improve society, to develop a more global perspective, and to apply your efforts toward creating a more peaceful, just, and moral world. You will be the windows to the very heart and soul of this university. And as you grow and excel in your work and in your communities, you will enhance WVU's reputation and thereby the value of your own degree. I always like to tell this story at graduation because it means so much to me. A friend of mine who completed his WVU degree and then decided to go on for an advanced degree and is now a physician, had to go back to work and make some money before he could do that. So for one whole summer, he worked in the coal fields of southern West Virginia. And the coal miners called him 4 years of college. And he said every day, every time there was something to be lifted or moved or a little dirty job to do, they'd say, hey, 4 years of college, come over here and get this. But you know, you would think that that was a little bit of jabbing, but actually that was their way of showing real appreciation for somebody who took advantage of maybe opportunities that they were never afforded. So you may never in your lifetime get to meet one of these courageous Southern West Virginia coal miner gentlemen, but your circle of friends will increase and you will be sought out as a leader in your communities and in the areas where you practice just because of your education. Communities need your advice and need your involvement. WVU has a great history of men and women of courage and excellence. So honor the contributions of those who preceded you. Seek truth and advancement of knowledge in everything you do, and strive to become a worthy role model, deserving of the respect of the students who are going to follow you. Maintain your connection with WVU. Wherever you may go in life, always show your mountaineer pride. And on behalf of the alumni, I extend to each of you, the class of 2011, congratulations and best wishes. And in the greatest golden blue spirit of all, I say, let's go, Mountaineers.
And now, as we come to the conclusion of our program, it's important for me to acknowledge the enormous amount of effort that took place in planning an event such as this. For April Chukich in my office, thank you again so much for all of the hours. To Norma and Pat, you're the best. To Gretchen and Stephanie from University Events, and to the rest of our dedicated staff, Heather, Becky, Leah, Tara, Kristen, and Thea, thank you for all of the extra time, effort, and patience. I would also like to invite everyone here to a reception in honor of these graduates. The reception will be upstairs on the first floor. Following my farewell comments, there will be the singing of the alma mater. It is traditional to stand during the alma mater and for gentlemen to remove their hats. Following the singing of the alma mater, with no further announcements, the recessional will begin. And to the audience, please wait until the graduates have the stage party and then the graduates have exited before leaving the room. Thank you. And just a few farewell words from me. It has been my privilege to be your Associate Dean for the years you've been here. I am a native West Virginian, but I did a lot of time in the South in my early career. And family and friends in the South would say goodbye using words that come to my mind as very appropriate. The farewell they use is, y'all take good care now. So that's my farewell to you. Take good care to use what you've learned at this institution to find a fulfilling future and to serve humankind. Take good care to be wholly present for yourself and those you love. Finally, take good care to stay in touch with us at West Virginia University, because as one of our West Virginia songs tells us, no matter where I roam, still I think of happy home and my friends among the West Virginia hills. Thank you.